Take a look.
So in this vat is a bunch of moving black ooze that's probably the closest thing to venom you've ever seen. Now if I get close enough, it jumps onto my arm, defying gravity and eventually cover me from head to toe, just like in the movie Venom. So what is this stuff and how is it happening? It's called ferrofluid and it's got some amazing properties that make it perfect for creating a real-life liquid venom suit. So the reason ferrofluid can move like this is because it's magnetic. So as soon as we put a magnet nearby, it immediately springs to life and creates these awesome shapes that actually show the magnet's field in 3D. Super cool stuff. It was actually originally invented by NASA as a way to inject fuel in zero-G. Their solution? Make the fuel magnetic. So they made ferrofluid, which is basically tiny iron nanoparticles that are magnetic, suspended in an oily fluid. Depending on the magnetic field's strength and orientation, you can make some awesome shapes. It's also got this ink jet black shiny look to it, which makes it even cooler. There's also different colored ferrofluids like this red stuff right here.
That is a red one.
So it might even be possible to make a Carnage suit as well. Now, if we get the magnet a bit too close, it'll actually jump onto the magnet, completely engulfing it, just like Venom does to his human host. So the plan is to take this to the extreme and hopefully make the closest thing to a full Venom suit in real life. And I'll be honest, I didn't want to make this video. I still don't want to make this video. This stuff is a nightmare to work with. Oh God, fuck. It gets everywhere.
What'd you do? Dropped it. What is that? I dropped the ball. What are those?
What, like best case scenario, I end up covered in black slimy goo. It's just not gonna be fun. But in my last video, I made the mistake of showing a clip of this stuff. And now all the comments are challenging me to make a full Venom suit. While I hate to admit it, it does look really cool. 2, 1. Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Dude, look at that. And it'll flow down my arm.
Wow, that's freaking weird.
This is so weird.
Ooh, that's weird through your fingers.
Look at the spikes on the back of my hand. But this brings up another reason why ferrofluid is too much like Venom. It's actually gonna be a big problem for this video.
It's not coming off.
Pacing around for a while and contemplating my life choices, I eventually worked up the courage to buy the fluid. Whoa, okay, we probably should have figured out how we're actually gonna put this stuff on me before sinking like $2 grand into Venom soup. So how do we turn myself into a magnet to attract this ferrofluid? I wonder if you can magnetize skin. Oh my God, that is perfect. I'm looking to get a vaccine.
Which vaccine?
Are these the magnetic ones?
Magnetic? What do you mean?
Yeah, are they magnetic at all? What do you have?
Like a joke you're saying? Because there's no such thing as magnetic vaccines.
I read some articles, like I'm trying to like get magnetic.
Nothing here.
Nothing?
Let me try at another pharmacy.
All right. Let me go to another pharmacy. Hi, do you have any vaccines?
What vaccines?
Whichever one's magnetic.
Huh?
Whichever one's magnetic.
Magnetic?
Yeah.
We don't have any magnetic.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that didn't work. We'll do a nice stacking montage or something. That'll be fun. Now we have to take them all out. Oh, they're all wrapped in plastic too?
Oh. Child labor. Do we know any kids on our block who do this?
We're not allowed to do that anymore. I like that tower. Your tower fell. Now, when you have 100,000 magnets, it would just be irresponsible not to do some super satisfying magnet stuff. Oh God, yeah, that was satisfying. All right, so I know I was sort of ripping on kids for swallowing these by accident, but I've had these for about 2 hours now. And I've already come extremely close to ingesting them myself. I get it, okay? Now you might be thinking, Jake, this magnet idea, it's really simple. Just put on some magnets and touch the fluid. Yeah, I thought so too. But no, you gotta think of the weights of the magnet, how to actually attach them to me. Like there's 100,000 of these guys. Also, we gotta make it look cool. So I first started playing around with different patterns to make it look more interesting. I used a bit of rubber to make an elevated pattern. Now when we put it near the fluid, it covers everything except that pattern. We can also like layer the magnets vertically too. So we just use some more magnets to create like some venom tendrils. It's actually crazy to see how the different frequencies affect and resonate with the ferrofluid. In the movies, Venom really reacts to high-pitched sounds. But I've found for what I'm using, low sounds of about 24 hertz hits the resonating frequency and makes it freak out. It's actually pretty crazy that it works this way. But still probably won't be enough force to blast a liquid off of us. So let's try Venom's other weakness, fire. And wouldn't you know, it actually burns just like venom does in the movies, because the carrier fluid's made of oil. It's honestly scary how similar this stuff is. I think there's a whole conspiracy between Ferrotech, NASA. There's something they're not telling us, all right? Like you can see the fire completely destroys the ferro fluid, just leaving the tiny metal particles as remnants. Out of this, and that is it. Ready? Yep. 3, 2, 1. It's like the scene where he's like fighting him.
Frightening to see, to be honest with you. Frightening. From the standpoint of number one, I mean, I you know, I try to think when I was a kid, which were very much better times, obviously. And I get it, right? Times evolve and all this stuff, but this time has devolved from when I was a child. You know, I used to just like play sports after school, and I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing. I know people think sports are rigged and all that stuff, but you know, getting exercise and whatnot. We live in a world now where people literally are like, wow, what would it be like to be